Hello and welcome to our new writing lesson from chapter 3, writing a short story. So, what is a short story? It is a brief, made up narrative, an account of a sequence of events. The events in a short story can take place in a burning desert, in a mountain fortress, or on a street, just like yours. From the ordinary to the extraordinary, a short story can show you the world from a different point of view. Most short stories have, so these are the elements of short story: one or more character, a conflict or problem that keeps the reader asking what will happen next, a beginning that grabs the reader's interest and introduces the characters, setting, and conflict, a middle in which the story reaches a climax, it's the turning point, an ending in which the conflict is resolved and loose ends are tied up. So, what are the types of short stories? Realistic stories take you on a walk through familiar neighborhoods with people much like those you know, or fantasy and science fiction stories might whisk you away to strange new planets or mysterious ancient kingdoms. Adventure stories tumble you into a world of brave heroes fighting dangerous enemies. So, how to plan your story? First of all, find a topic. Here we have two strategies to help you find a topic or generate a topic. The first one is drawing, and the other one is free writing. The first one, drawing, choose a setting in which a story could take place, a house or an apartment which you used to live in, a spooky room you wandered into by mistake, or a street in a town in which you've just arrived. Draw this setting in detail. Use the ideas suggested by your drawing for your story. This is, of course, you don't have to be an artist to do this. You just doodle around and find ideas. Or brainstorm, free writing. Set a timer for 5 minutes and write down as many story ideas as you can. This is like the brainstorming we usually do. Focus on getting down ideas rather than on spelling, grammar, or punctuation. Just write the ideas. At the end of 5 minutes, review your free writing. Circle ideas to use in your story. Choose whatever you like from them. Here, next you have to find a problem because each story has a problem. So, and this what we call a conflict. So, a conflict is a struggle between two opposing forces. A race, for an instance, is a conflict among runners. An external conflict occurs when a character is struggling against an outside force, such as another character or a natural event. This is what we call the external conflict. So two characters together, or a character and a natural event, something that is happening, a flood or a tsunami, something. Okay, and there is another kind of conflict, an internal conflict. What's this? Inside, a conflict that's inside. Yes, takes place within a character, as when the character struggles to make a tough decision or to overcome fear. Something that the main character is going to feel and consider and think about and struggle from inside. Okay, this also we can use a conflict map to identify the conflict in your story. Ask yourself, what does my main character want? Who or what is getting in the way? This is very, very, very important question. What does the character want? What does he or she want to do? There must be something in your short story. And who or what is getting in the way. This is very important also, because in each story you can find a protagonist, which is the good guy, and an antagonist, which is the bad guy. The bad guy can be a real man or a person, or an event, a problem. Okay, so you have to identify all these things before you start writing your short story. Create a conflict map like the one below, or one of your own design, to find the answer to these questions. So there is the map or a story organizer. Of course, you can decide the title at the end. You don't have to decide the title from the start, but the setting is very important. The characters, and series of events that you can imagine. Of course, you can develop this after you start writing, and the problem, the most important thing, and at the end, the solution. So, what are the elements of a short story?
Short story come together to create the story as a whole. A short story is defined as something that tells about a single event or experience. In other words, it's not usually multiple situations. It's fictional, not true, although it may be based on something that is true. It's 500 to 15,000 words in length. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And it creates an impression on the reader. It gives some sort of lesson and some sort of idea towards the reader. There are really 5 elements in any short story: setting, characterization, plot, theme, and point of view. We will be reviewing each of these individually. And remember, you need to note the definitions on your graphic organizer, and you can pause at any time. The first element we're going to discuss is setting. Setting tells the reader where and when the story takes place. For example, the setting of The Lion King would be the African savannah, probably present day. Whereas the setting for Hunger Games is America, but a long time in the future. So setting really has a time and a place. If you were talking about the setting for Little House on the Prairie, that would have been in the 1800s in the United States.
So let's practice. Okay, you look at the image, and we try to write or plan to write a short story, and then next week, inshallah, we're going to start. Next session, we're going to start writing this short story. You can look at the image and figure out the setting, the characters, the problem. Yes. Thank you so much. Please write your ideas and send them to me by email. And if you need any help, you can go to the discussion room. Thank you so much, and see you.